welcome to my YouTube channel, Z Network Lessons. I'm Zubair Altaf Qureshi, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can install Ubuntu Linux on your VirtualBox. So first of all, you need to download the VirtualBox itself. So go to this website, which is virtualbox.org/wiki/downloads. So for the people who don't know what VirtualBox is, it's a virtualization software tied to hypervisor, basically, just like the VMware Workstation. And you have others as well. This product is from the Oracle, so this is free to use. So you go here and choose your host. I have a Windows, and this will be downloaded. So I think I've already downloaded this. So let me just cancel this one, and I will just cancel this. And I have this already. So I'll just click on this VirtualBox exe so that this gets installed in my system. Let me just click on this, and I have to say run. Let's wait for the setup to start. Okay, now the setup is installing this. Just go with the default settings, hit next, install, and you should be good to go. Now hit yes here, and the installation will begin. Now let's keep the installation there, and let's go and grab a copy of Ubuntu. So you just go to Google, because this is a free license, so you have to go and download the Ubuntu and hit install here, Ubuntu ISO. So you have 18, 16, 20. So go for 18, which I would suggest. I want to go for 18 with a 64-bit, and you can download from the Ubuntu website or from the release itself. But let's go here as well. And okay, so it seems to be having some trouble. So let's go here. Yeah. So I want the I don't want the server image installation. I want the desktop. So it comes into flavors, you can say. One is the desktop flavor and one is the server flavor. So I actually want the desktop. Make sure you get the desktop, because desktop will have the GUI, and the server will not have the it will not have a graphical user interface by default. So let's go, and I did download it, and let me check in my downloads. So this is getting downloaded. This is almost 2.3 gigs. So let me just keep it like this. I do have this already downloaded. So this is how you download. So once you download this, then proceed to the next step. So I think my Oracle is already, VirtualBox has been installed. So let me open up the software. Yep. And okay, so now the VirtualBox application is running, and we have installed this successfully. And also the Ubuntu iOS has been installed. Downloaded. So here you can see that the iOS has been downloaded, right? So this is like 2.34 GBs. Yeah. So now how do you do create a virtual machine inside VirtualBox Manager? Two options. Either you go for the new button here, or you go to the file machine menu and then click on the new. And also you can import or export whatever virtual machines you have, but for that you have to have a different file format, not the ISO, right? So now we have the ISO. So I'll go here and create on new. So this is what we're creating a virtual machine template right now. So I will say the name of this is obviously not a surprise, Ubuntu, and the type is Linux. So you can have different types here. If you're going to install a Windows machine here, you can go for the Windows, and I'm going for the Linux. So I'll go for Linux. Then again, inside Linux you have different distributions, right? You have Debian, you have Fedora, you have Red Hat, you have Suzy, I will go for Ubuntu 64-bit. Next, and this is where you have to specify the amount of RAM you need on your virtual machine. So this again depends how much amount of RAM you have on your host machine. As you can see, I have 16 gigs on my host machine, so I can go and allocate say 4 GB to my virtual machine for that, so that this is fast enough. Now, do I want to create a hard disk now? Yes, I want to create. If you had an existing hard disk from a previous virtual machine, you can do that. But I want to create a new hard disk with 10 GB. So this is again the type of hard disk you can create. You have the VMDK, which is supported by VMware Workstation. I'll go for the VDI, which is the default next, and I want to dynamically allocate the hard drive. Not don't want to keep it as fixed. So that means even if I don't use it, it will be allocated to my VM. So I'll go for dynamic fixed. Now this is where you specify the capacity of your hard drive. So 10 GB is fine for me, and I will create it. So now my virtual machine template is ready. Before that, I want to see my network settings here. So I can see here, I want to change the network settings. I'll click on that. I don't want, so I can have 4 adapters. You can see here, right? So I have enabled only the first one. That's what I need as of now, and I will not NAT it. I will bridge it. The difference between both is that NAT will have a different subnet as compared to the subnet that you have on your LAN. So if I go here and say CMD and say IP config, and if I go for bridge, so I will get a IP from this range, and my next hop will be directly my router. But if I go for a NAT, then my IP range would be different, and it will be NATed to again my wireless LAN network. So short story, just go for bridged adapter. That is the better option. So that is what I need, right? This is the adapter type to keep it default, and that's it. Now what I need is the general, and I want to go to, this is where the snapshots are kept, and I want to go to system. What I need is, so this is the boot order, so it will go for floppy, optical, and hard drive. Now the processor, I want to increase the CPUs. This again depends on the number of CPUs that you have on your host, right? So if I go to mine, if I see properties, I have 8 vCPUs. So how do you see that? Just Windows and R and say DX diag, right? So here you can go for, so here you can see I have 8 CPUs. So I'll exit it from this, and I will allocate say 2 vCPUs or say 4 vCPUs. Let's see, it will be much faster, right? And that's it. Now I want to go for storage, and now here I want to specify the iOS image. So live CD, I will go here and I'll say choose a disk file. So I'll go and choose my ISO that I downloaded, right? Ubuntu. Here now hit OK. Now I am ready to go. So now let's start the machine and proceed with the installation of Ubuntu. I've started the machine. Anytime this should start. So now this is Virtualbox 6.1, and you can see that the Ubuntu boot has been booted from the ISO file. So now we have to proceed with the installation wizard. You need to be patient with this because it does take time. Now it again depends on the host machine. If you have a much faster machine, the process would be much faster. If you have a slower, outdated machine like mine, the process would be slower. Let's see. Okay, Ubuntu. Now what I want is to show you the initial options that we have. Now Ubuntu gives you a really nice feature, which is the live CD run, right? So you can if you're just testing Ubuntu and you don't want to install it, you have a CD or you have a pen drive, bootable pen drive, you can run the whole OS from the pen drive only without installing it on your system. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking. Try Ubuntu, right? If you want to try, you don't need to install it. Now just try and run on the CD. But I want to install, so I will go and click on the install Ubuntu. Right now the drivers are not detected, so that's why it's small like this. So I'll keep the default English US layout and hit next, and I will keep the normal installation. Continue. If you have low disk space, you can go for minimal installation. So this is again confirming you for erasing your disk and installing Ubuntu. Just hit install now and again hit continue. It's the same thing. Once that is done, okay, now it will ask for the region. So I'm from India. I'll select India and continue. Now here it will ask for the computer name. I'll say ZapQ and it will pick a username, and then install type a password, something that you remember. So I think I'm not matching. Hope this matches. Yeah, let's continue. So you can, there were two options: login automatically or prompt the user to install, enter the password. Right now, the OS files are being copied to the hard drive. So this process which will take some time. Till this process is complete, I will just pause my screen and continue when I see something that I want to show you. Okay, so now we can see that the installation is complete and it's asking me to restart now. So I'll click on the restart now button and it will reboot my virtual machine. So let's wait for the virtual machine to be rebooted. Till the time, what I can do, I can maximize this and wait for the OS to upload. So saying to remove the installation medium, so I'll go and check the settings, and I think I did. So I'll go to storage. Yeah, this is empty. Cancel, and I will hit enter here. Okay, let's see. Now that's the initial installation. Now let's see if any other wizard is prompting us after this installation. Okay, so now you can see the user I created, ZapQ. It's asking me for the password. So I remember the password. You should also remember the password, whatever you have said, and you enter it here. Now let's wait for the desktop to load. Okay, so we have the desktop here. We can now let's wait for the network, because I have the this is my user. I have a wired connection. If I go here, I should get the IP address from my LAN. So I can click here and I can see, yeah, I have got the IPv4 identity and v4. Okay, so this from this I can see I have the IP address from my network. So I can go to the terminal. This is just like the command prompt in Windows, and I can see if config to check the IP address. Okay, so this is not installed, so I have to copy paste this command to get this installed. So I can just copy like this. Cannot paste it. Okay, so let me just type it sudo sudo apt install and net tools, and it's asking for the password. I will type the password and it will install the package. It's again connecting to the update server, which is in.archive.ubuntu.com, which will not be successful because it is successful. That means I'm connected. Because I should not see this question mark over here. Anyways, maybe there is some, if config some bug maybe, then I can see I have the IP address from my LAN, right? So I can just here, that means I can reach internet as well. Okay, yeah. So that is clear, right? I can open Firefox window and I can see that I can browse internet here, right? So I can just type google.com and it should take me to the Google page. Okay, I can also type some of the command, which is ls, which lists the directories in my machine. Who am I, the username that and pw, the present working directory in the directory that I am. So these are some of the commands that work on the Linux. So that's all that I have for this video. Do comment in my video that which distro you were installing, right? So this is the same procedure. If you want to go for any distro, you go and download that ISO file and create a virtual machine as I created at the template, right? Then in the storage, you just select that ISO file, and also don't remember to change the type of that Linux to the same Linux that you are going to use. So yeah, so that's all for this video. I will see you in my next video, and don't forget to like, subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.